Hello, everyone, and welcome to the finals of the StarCityGames.com Orlando Open weekend here on the SCG Tour, sponsored by Ultimate Guard. Cedric Phillips, Craig Krempel's here in the booth, Nick Miller down there in the feature match areas. Tom Ross and David Bollenback shake hands, and we are underway here in the finals. It's White Red Humans on the left, Naya Midrange on the right, and Tom Ross is looking to go back-to-back here in Orlando.
I like the handshake.
Me too. Sportsmanship is key. Here comes the three-man inspector. It's an attack for 2. Bollenback is down to 18.
And this isn't the ultra-punishing draws that we've seen out of Tom recently, but those inspectors can get out of control quick.
Radiant Flames is the draw there for Bollenback. He's got 2 in his main deck, and it's important that he has them. It's an Oath of Nissa. He will take a look at the top couple of cards. Sylvan Advocate among those cards. Now, what's interesting here is there a way for Tom Ross to be able to get that Thalia's Lieutenant up into a 4-4?
Yeah, big enough to be out of the range of Radiant Flames.
That's the big question. If he can do that, life is good. If not, life might be bad.
There's also the question, is Bollenback going to be able to cast it on turn 3?
Yeah, I guess it can be Vista by the end of the battlefield tapped, and then that's not going to work. That's very true, as Ross is going to draw a card, picked up another Plains. All right, Lieutenant. Land.
And he actually has 2 creatures out of the range.
Okay. Well, my question was answered. Come on, this deck is silly.
Yeah.
This deck is silly sometimes. Like, Radiant Flames is no good now.
And yeah, Bollenback's getting a confirmation why that Lieutenant has the counters on it. It gets the bonus from itself, a human came into play, and it gets the bonus from the other Lieutenant, put a counter on each human when that Lieutenant comes into play.
So Bollenback is going to go to his 3rd turn at 11 and might not get a 4th one.
Yeah.
As he picks up a Chandra.
This game's just out of control already.
Yeah.
Radiant Flames doesn't kill the 2 biggest threats.
And that's a... No, that's not Radiant Flames. It's
there we go.
Declaration Stone actually is very good.
Yes.
Very, very good. He showed off the Radiant Flames, which is a touch awkward.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward.
Yep. Now there's a 3rd land. Pass the turn back. Ross will draw. But if you think about it, you know, one of the cards that's actually pretty good against Radiant Flames outside seeing your creatures is Gideon.
Sure, yeah. Tom has the option of paying 3 to give Gideon indestructible until end of turn.
Yep. So that's actually pretty good. Now Tom's going to sacrifice a clue. He'll draw a card. This is interesting. There's a land. What's this? Thalia's Lieutenant.
And he's saying if you spend your whole turn casting Radiant Flames,
you're just dead?
Yeah, you're just dead anyway.
Yeah. So here's an attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's at 4.
7, leaves him at 4.
Yep.
And the Inspector's a 4-power creature.
Tom Ross.
Just like that.
David got 3 turns.
Yeah.
He got to cast a Declaration Stone?
Yeah.
Nice. Tom Ross wins game number 1 here over David Bollenback.
He has an Oath of Nissa in there.
I forgot about that. White Red Humans takes care of Naya Midrange.
And that look you just saw out of David?
Yeah.
We've seen that look out of a lot of Tom's opponents.
Yeah, we have. That's a look of dismay. How am I supposed to stop this? Well, he's got options in the sideboard. We talked about him briefly. We'll talk about him again. 1 Linvala the Preserver, a Dragonlord Dramoka, a Tragic Arrogance, 2 Hollowed Moonlight, 2 Radiant Flames, 2 Den Protector, 2 Clip Wings, 2 Dramoka's Commands, and 2 Lambhold Pacifist.
And I expect a whole lot of cards to change here for him. He's going to bring in the Linvala, the Dragonlord Dramoka, probably brings in the Tragic Arrogance. The 2 Radiant Flames seem great here. The Dramoka's Command seemed really strong in this matchup, and the Lambhold Pacifist seemed good.
Yeah, I guess one thing we didn't really work into the equation when we were talking about Radiant Flames, yes, you can cast it on turn 3, but not always.
Yeah, sometimes Tom can just outrace it.
Yeah, so in that particular game, he could outrace it, and David didn't have the ability to actually do it because his lands didn't cooperate.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a problem that he could have in these future games. As we take a look at Tom Ross and his 4 Needle Spires, 4 Reckless Bushwhacker, 2 Gideon Allies, Zendikar, 2 Stasis Snare, Secure the Waste, a Griff's Boon, and a Silk Wrap.
Yeah, and Tom's on the draw here, and he has access to the other person's deck list. So he knows that there's going to be Tragic Arrogance. He knows that there's going to be Radiant Flames. So he's going to bring in the Needle Spires, Reckless Bushwhackers, the Gideons, and have that whole package. Probably even the Stasis Snares come in, the extra Griff Spoon to fly over the top of the opposing creatures. His deck will be a little bit bigger, which is a silly thing to say about a deck full of 1-drops. But, you know, go up and land out a little bit bigger and be able to combat the sweepers.
Well, we'll see how both these players are going to sideboard. David Bollenback will be on the play here for game number 2. Tom Ross will be on the draw. We'll see if he wants to sideboard in those Bushwhackers and those Needle Spires. But as I do get ready, we're going to talk about the regional championships that is taking place here with Star City Games. It's our Season 2 Regional Championships, which means we got a new playmat, new token here for you. You do see the playmat on screen. We'll take a look at the token. It is Ugh, Not Again, our 1/1 Goblin. And now the information portion of it. Well, the playmat and token, they're available free and exclusive to the first 200 players that do sign up. So make sure you do register early for your Regional Championship. That is taking place on August 2nd, 2016. Not too far away. And, of course, there are cash and prizes involved, so the winner will get $1,200, 20 SCG points in the qualification to our next invitational. Finalists, top 4 and top 8, those will also get some cash, some qualifications as well, and some SCG points, which I know a lot of people are interested in to qualify for the Players' Championship. As far as locations are concerned, well, that's what this slide's for. It's our first time into Toronto, or excuse me, into Canada. We're not in Toronto, we're actually in Calgary. Pardon me, Calgary, Alberta. But we're hoping to get some more Canada locations for our next regional. So we'll see how it does there in Calgary. Expecting a great turnout there. And for all of our regional locations, as you can see them here, and you can find out more information about all of this at go.starcitygames.com/regionals. Plant your flag August 6th during our Season 2 Regional Championships as David Bollenback and Tom Ross getting ready here for game number 2. For the boss, oh, the boss.
Just doing what he does.
I was a victim 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It sounds like you're not over it yet either.
Nah, it was a beating.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
No, there's not much to do.
You can't really feel bad after a while. He kicks everyone's teeth in.
Yes.
Like, I'm just a name.
Well, and he's filled out this board really well for himself here.
Yeah.
It's not just top 8s. He gets a lot of wins.
Yep.
He does it at the Invitational.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the man wins.
He does it all, and he does it his own way with these hyper-aggressive decks. My favorite part about Tom is, you know, if you were, like, preparing for a tournament, you're just like, all right, well, you know, Jerry might be there, Todd, Brad, you know, LSV, Paulo. Not really sure what some of those people are going to play. What do you think Tom's going to play? Humans?
Yeah, you know exactly what the man's showing up with.
You get paired against them. Oh, I'm playing against humans this round. Yeah, you can't beat me, but you know what I'm playing.
Yeah, you're playing Infect.
Yeah, Modern, Legacy, what you play? Infect.
We know you're playing Infect.
Yeah.
We're all going to mulligan like you're playing Infect.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter.
Here's my deck list. I'll just get. Tom could just go like, just hand his deck to you. You can take a look.
I'm going to play face up this game.
yeah. You can take a look at my hand. It's fine. You can take a look at my deck. It's fine. You know what I'm doing. You can't do anything about this. I'm just going to crush you. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. How good he is with these linear aggressive decks. And it's been this way for like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, like when he was playing Boss Slime, he went back-to-back invitational wins. Like everyone knew he was playing the deck. And in fact, he couldn't be beat.
Well, and no one else was doing it with Boss Sly. That's what's kind of crazy is when he can show up with a deck that not everyone else is playing and just prove the field wrong, it's really impressive.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I'm watching Tom right now over the past 2 weekends, and I'm really in the black-white control. And I'm probably going to play it at Grand Prix Pittsburgh next week. But, you know, this is my speed. I like to play decks like this.
Yep.
And it's really hard for me not to when I just see him just kick everyone's teeth in with this deck. And another one-drop star. There's Town Gossip Monger. Let's see what's next here for David Bollenbach. Fortified Village. Going to reveal Cinderglade. And now there's Sylvan Advocate. Okay.
Sure.
Not bad. Let's go over to Tom. Battlefield Forge. He's also got Needle Spires and other planes in hand, so his hand looks a little land heavy.
Looks like he has Gideon, ally of Zendikar as well. So land heavy is okay with a hand like this.
Yeah. Here's Thais Lieutenant. Trigger. Put a counter there. Transform right away.
Yep.
So I think it's pretty smart. Pass the turn back. That's a 3/4 now. Time for Bollenbach to draw. Picked up a Forest.
Yeah, he's playing around Dramoka's Command there.
Yeah, which I think is smart.
Yeah. Just get a really big threat on the board. Start doing work with it.
And what I like about this is it'd be like really easy to say, you know, I'll leave my creature this way so that I don't take 2 from the Advocate.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
You just take your 2.
Yeah, Tom doesn't care about the points.
Yeah. But yeah, as I watch David take his turn here, that's, I guess, the one thing I forgot about his deck is, yes, he does have Radiant Flames, but the ability for him to be able to cast it for 3 on turn 3, you see him play Needle Spires on turn 3.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty rare. It feels like it's more of a 4-mana Wrath effect, like Languish in his deck. I'm not saying he can't do it on turn 3, but it does seem pretty hard. And he does have Dramoka's Command in hand.
Yeah, Tom's not bad.
That's true. Gideon in hand, couple of lands. But as you mentioned, when you're a little land flooded when you have a Gideon, it's okay.
Yeah.
And he actually has lands 3, 4, and 5, one of which is Needle Spires, to be able to actually activate Needle Spires.
Yeah, Needle Spires, and he's got this Incited Rabble to sink some extra mana into.
Yep. So here comes Incited Rabble. That's the only attacker. And it's going to deal 3.
The old 1-drop 3/4.
Yeah, not bad. There's an Expedition Envoy. Counter on Thais Lieutenant. Kick it over.
They don't make them like they used to.
I remember the Nationals that Antonino won
Okay.
with Bluetron.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and Mike Patnick played White Weenie there. He made the top 4, helped him build his deck, and I just remember the 1-drops of Isamaru,
Yes.
Savannah Lion, Suntail Hawk.
Yep. 1-drop.
Happy to play Suntail Hawk.
1-drop 1/1 flyer.
Yeah, and I believe also playing Lantern Kami. Like, really happy to have these cards in our deck.
Sure.
Exploiting a weakness where people didn't have flying creatures. Those cards are horrible,
Yes.
and really happy about it. You see a Tireless Tracker and a land, which is going to generate a clue there for David. Now, his Sylvan Advocate is a 3/4.
Yeah, 1-mana 2/1s used to be unheard of.
The nuts.
Yeah, Jackal Pub.
When Isamaru got printed, you kidding me?
Yeah. Too good.
Yeah. Wait, it better be legendary. Like, looks like the Incited Rabble is going to come into the red zone now. David thinking block. David thinking double block. Interesting.
Looks like he's double blocking.
Yeah, it looks like it. He said, I've had enough of this Incited Rabble.
Well, and that's a potential blowout if Tom had one of his stasis snares here.
Mm-hmm. Could get really ugly.
Yeah.
Rabbles looks like it's going to take care of Tireless Tracker. Going to leave the Advocate around. No pump necessary. This lets Tom transition into Gideon pretty nicely.
Well, yeah, I'm sure Tom wanted to pump and kill the Advocate, but he couldn't take a whole turn off and not advance his board.
Yeah. So we'll get a Knight Ally, and now we'll pass the turn back. Over to Bollenback we go. Now, this is the kind of game I think he's more situated to win.
Yes. Well, yeah, we saw him play the 2/3 on 2, and then turn 3 at Dramoka's Command to kill a Lord on the opposing side.
Mm-hmm. He's going after Gideon. It's a 3-power creature right now. Looks like Expedition Envoy said, see you later. Land 5 is a Plains. And pass. Let's go to Tom. I believe a 3-bit Inspector was the draw. Yep. Tough turn here. A little flooded on lands.
Yeah.
Activating Gideon and plussing it is attractive, but instead he's going to make an emblem.
Little surprised.
Me too. Does that mean another Gideon? Nope. Smart, no attack.
Yeah, so Tom just wanted to get max value out of the Gideon.
I guess he just thought my Gideon's gonna die.
Yeah. Well, and it wouldn't have dealt any damage attacking either. You know, that's really heads up play.
Yeah. Ooh, Needle Spire's feeling frisky.
Yeah, get some.
This is interesting. Here's Battlefield Forge. Well, this is actually a big Needle Spires.
Yeah. Yeah, the 6th land is really significant there.
Yeah, that 6 lands being a Battlefield Forge. What I like that players have done against Tom and against humans in general is when they start to get a little edge, you got to kill them.
Yeah.
That's the thing about this deck. You have to get them dead. Now, here's Secure the Wastes.
Making a bunch of tutus.
Yeah. Interesting thing about this is I think we're just going to see a little bit of blocking from Tom, but he doesn't want to do something like gang up on the Sylvan Advocate Because then the advocates don't transform.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot because he would like to get the advocate off of the board because it attacks and blocks.
Yep.
But the transforming the angel is definitely a problem.
Yeah. So take 9. Time to untap. Draw here for the boss. Another land.
Looking a little rough for him right now.
Yeah.
He's in the same spot. Even if he had a creature to attack through the opposing side, it would mean he's killing one of Bollenback's creatures, and that angel would transform.
Yeah, Thraben Inspector. Sacrifice the clue immediately. That's why you see the 3 lands tapped. And now he picked up Athalia's Lieutenant. Now the Knight Ally is a 3/3 because of Gideon's emblem. The Warriors from Secure the Waste are 2/2s. The Thraben Inspector is 2/3. One thing I do like is Tom trying to really slow roll that red source.
Yeah, he's sandbagging that last.
Yep.
Just trying to see if Dave will make a mistake.
Yep.
And then he can punk him with the needle spires.
Yeah. Pass the turn back. Now this is interesting too because he's not playing the Athalia's Lieutenant. David will draw. I think we're going to see Chandra here. Some minus action. He's got enough. He's got the ability to minus, kill all these tokens,
Yep.
and be able to attack for lethal.
Yeah, keep his own side of the board around.
Yep. Attack my vigilance creatures. That's going to do it. David Bollenback is going to win game number 2 here against Tom Ross. Naya mid-range, white-red humans. They're all tied up, going to one final game here in Orlando. That's how the game's got to go for David. Now it's a world of difference being on the play versus the draw.
Yep.
And that game, no Radiant Flames involved.
No, Thomas' draw was not super aggressive. Yeah, his creatures were kind of brick-walled by the early advocate. And then the advocate got bigger with the Dramox command. And being on the play was obviously huge as well. We'll see if Tom sideboards here and cuts out all this nonsense.
Yeah, the Needle Spires and the Reckless Pushback.
Yeah,
and stuff.
he gets back to the low. Just try to blow you out. One drop. Anthem effect on 3. Game's over.
Yeah. Players are already shuffling up. You see Tom's pile shuffling here. So looks like he's happy with this configuration. We'll see if David is as well in a moment. It looks like he's putting his sideboard away. So they'll shuffle up. They'll get ready. And we'll talk very quickly about where we're going next week on the SCG Tour. We're headed to Dallas, Texas. First time in a little while. Matthias Hunt, Ryan Overturf are going to be bringing you that show. And you can learn more about it right now.
Join us on the SCG Tour June 25th through the 26th for the Dallas Open Weekend. On Saturday, play in the Modern Open main event. Every competitor gets a playmat featuring Ghost Quarter, plus our latest Invitational Winners token just for playing. The top 8 finishers earn a spot in an upcoming Invitational and get one step close to the Players' Championship. On Sunday, it's your format, your tournament, as you choose between Standard and Legacy Classics. All participants get an Invitational Winners token, Standard players receive a Sigarda Heron's Grace playmat, Legacy players receive a Thalia Guardian of Thraben playmat, and the top 4 competitors in each classic qualify for an Invitational. There's plenty more to do in Dallas. All weekend, play in side events and earn tickets to spend at the SCG Prize Wall. And don't forget to tune into SCG Live as Matthias Hunt, Ryan Overturf, and Nick Miller bring you coverage all weekend long. The Dallas Open Weekend is June 25th through the 26th. Step into the spotlight.
SCG Tour headed to Dallas next weekend, sponsored by Ultimate Guard. Looking forward to that tournament, a little modern action. We know Jeff Hogan will be there. And we're going to see some players. We're going to get to see a ton. Texas has a really awesome Magic community down there. I know they're going to show up in droves for our return back down there. Should be fun.
Yeah, Texas, not really close to a lot of places.
No, but Dallas, they show out.
Yeah.
They really do. The Texas locals, everyone, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, Fort Worth, Dallas, everybody comes to do battle when we do come to Texas. It's a really awesome turnout when we go.
Well, a lot of the cities that we don't get to visit a whole lot, the players express how happy they are that we're there when we are.
Yeah.
And they wish we could be there more often, even being down here this weekend.
Yeah.
You
we
know,
haven't been to Orlando in a little while.
Yeah, there have been a lot of players who are like, hey, we love it.
Yeah.
Get back here.
Yeah, we try to come as much as we can. We'll actually be coming back here during Season 3, which is really cool for some modern action. And some players already told me that they're really looking forward to that. So Should be a lot of fun, both when we come back here in Orlando and when we're in Texas next weekend for the SCG Tour, again sponsored by Ultimate Guard, as these players are going to finish shuffling up here for game number 3. Tom Ross on your left, David Bollenback on your right. It's one game here.
Yep.
One game, one champion.
Hard not to pick the humans on the play here.
For David Bollenbach, you know, this would be his first open win, obviously, which would be a pretty big deal with his 9 mid-range deck. Kind of put a new deck in the format with a win here this weekend, which I think everybody's looking for something new. For the boss, well, it won't be his first open win. I don't think it'll be his last either, but it would be back-to-back open wins. Cannot state that enough.
Big weekends for him.
Unbelievable. Wins Atlanta 2 weekends ago, beats Jerry Thompson in the top 4, beats Todd Stevens in the finals, and now beat Jeff Hoagland in the top 4. Would have to get by David Bollenbach in the finals. 2 trophies in a row for the boss. Can he do it?
A few bragging rights there.
Maybe.
Pads the bank account a little bit.
Not a bad thing either. All right, look at that opening hand. I see at least 1 land in Battlefield Forge. Can Bollenbach find a hand that he's looking for? I don't think Tom has chosen to keep yet. He looks pretty deep in the tank here. They're both in the tank now. I don't see either player being too happy with the opener.
Yeah, I think David's waiting for Tom to tell him what he's doing.
Okay. He's going to keep. They're both going to keep. Let's do it. Dragon Hunter to start. Bollenbach picks up a checklist card. He'll start with a fortified village. Looks like it's going to be an Oath of Nissa. Yes, sir. And 1, and 2, and 3. Stasis Snare, Needle Spires, and a Mountain. Remember, the tough thing here is that Bollenbach has access to 4 Radiant Flames after sideboard. You never know if he has one in his hand.
Well, and the Lambhole Pacifist, to me, is very big in this matchup.
Yeah, me too.
You know, we saw how good the Advocate was on turn 2. The Pacifists just act as more advocates in the deck.
Knight of the White Orchid, the draw. Tom's going to start with the easy part, which is just attack for 2. A Plains, 2 Thraben Inspectors, pass that turn back, 2 clues. Does Bollenbach have a turn 2 play? It looks like he has Lambhole Pacifist in hand. And he'll play it. That's huge.
Yep.
The 3/3 defender is here. Let's go to the boss. Needle Spires. So that stuff's still in.
Yep.
Thinking about playing the Needle Spires, maybe. Lieutenant.
Yeah, he's wondering if he wants to take a turn off of playing a land. He knows his opponent's got to play a land every single turn.
Yeah.
And that turns on the Knight of the White Orchid.
Here comes Dragon Hunter. So right now Tom is literally saying, please don't have Radiant Flames. Cinderglade the draw. Land 3. I don't see a red card. Wow, just pass.
Yeah.
Pacifist turns into a 4/4. A little surprised. Ross will draw a card. Huh. All right, so now if you're Tom, the first thought of your mind now is Dramoka's Command.
Or Stasis Snare.
Tom gonna play Knight of the White Orchid. Trigger. Put a counter on Thalia's Lieutenant. That's good. Land. Reckless Bushwhacker. Surge.
Oof, ah.
Everybody in the club.
Let's get busy.
Yeah. It's the one-way highway. David Bollenbach, you better have a Dramoka's Command.
Yeah. Well, and even if he does have a Dramoka's Command, means he's losing this.
He's going to lose the Pacifist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Knight is a 3/3. Thalia's Lieutenant, 3/3. Reckless Bushwhacker, 2-power creature.
Yeah. Stasis Snare is going to be better on this board for him.
Yeah, I think so. Dragon Hunter, you're looking at a 4-power creature. And the Thraben Inspectors, you're looking at 3-power creatures. So it's a lot of damage coming across. Now, you mentioned Stasis Snare, and it looks to be in Bollenbach's hand.
Yeah, I think he's going to want the Butcher to jump in front of the the lieutenant and to snare the biggest creature,
Okay.
which is the dragon hunter.
Okay. Looks like that's going to jump in front of that. Now remember, Ross has played 2 spells this turn, so the Butcher's going to turn back into the passive his next
Yep.
turn. Important to note. And now here's the Stasis Snare. So there goes the Dragon Hunter. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Bollenback down to 4.
This is a big turn.
Yeah.
And even with Bollenbach having kind of the best possible cards for himself there,
Now, I mean, you're right.
he's, you know, if Tom draws a land, he can activate the Needle Spires next turn. If he doesn't draw a land, it might be one of his Anthem effects.
Uh-huh. Now, think of it this way. Bollenbach peels Radiant Flames. This is probably lights out.
Sure.
So this is the biggest draw of the tournament for both players. A big draw. It's a checklist card.
Another pacifist.
Yep.
Looks like a Nissa in his hand as well.
Cinderglade enters the battlefield untapped. Pacifist is the play. Now, another thing to note is that Bollenbach does have Dromoka's Command in his hand. So he can fight pretty well here,
Yeah.
all things being honest. Time to untap. Ross will draw. What's he find? Bushwhacker. Haste. Everybody. Block, commands. I don't think he can do it.
Yeah. It looks like Tom's going to get this.
He can block 2 creatures, cast Dromoka's Command to kill something, and he still takes 4. Here's Dromoka's Command. Fight. Kill that. Block 2 creatures, and that is going to do it. Tom Ross wins this match over David Bollenbach 2 games to 1. He has just gone back-to-back.
Wow.